Herodian, Book 2, Section 8. Well aware of these circumstances, Niger called in all the troops from all over the country for a fixed date. All the rest of the population came too. Then he mounted a platform constructed for him and made the following speech. You have probably been aware for some time of my gentle character and my caution in important enterprises. On this occasion, I would not have come before you today to address you if I were being influenced by just my own choice, or by some irrational optimism, or by a passion stronger than hope. It is the Romans who are summoning me. They are continually calling and urging me to extend a helping hand for to save them, and thus to rescue our glorious great empire, the legacy of our ancestors, which has been brought into such a disastrous state. It is rash and impulsive to undertake such a great venture without some credible motive, but to be slow in responding to calls of distress would make us guilty of a cowardly betrayal. That is why I have come before you to ask what your feelings are and how you think we should react. I wish to make you my consultants and partners in deciding this affair. If the outcome is favorable, the benefit will be mutual for us all. It is not some trivial, vain hope which beckons me on, but the Roman people, into whose hands the gods have given the sovereignty over all things, including the office of emperor. It is the empire, too, which summons me, tossed by the storms and not firmly anchored to any one person. The very safety, therefore, of our enterprise lies in the express will of those who summon me, and in the fact that there is no opposition to stand in our way. Reports from Rome say that the soldiers who sold the empire to Julianus cannot be relied upon to protect or serve him, since he has failed to implement the promises he made them. Give me an indication, therefore, of what your feelings are. After such a speech, the entire army and the assembled crowd at once proclaimed him emperor and hailed him with the title Augustus. They also put the purple cloak of the emperor on him and provided him with all the other tokens of imperial dignity made out of makeshift materials, including the carrying of fire before him in processions. After conducting him to the temple of Antioch, they installed him ceremonially in his own home, which was now regarded as the imperial court, and no longer a private house. Outside, it was decorated with all the insignia of office. Niger was absolutely delighted in this and believed that the will of the Roman people and the enthusiasm of his own men firmly established his claim to control the empire. As the news spread like wildfire to every country on the mainland facing Europe, they all hurried to put themselves at his own command. Let me reread that. They all hurried to put themselves at his command of their own accord. Ambassadors were sent from these countries to him at Antioch as though he were acknowledged emperor. Satraps and princes beyond the Tigris and Euphrates sent messages of congratulations and promises of assistance if it were needed. Niger responded with generous gifts, but while expressing his thanks for their enthusiastic offers, he stated that he had no need of allies. The empire, he said, was already definitely assured, and he would rule without bloodshed. Elated by his optimism, Niger began to grow careless about his administrative duties. He turned to a life of idle luxury and enjoyment of the people of Antioch. devoting his attention to festivals and speculations and spectacles. But he neglected his departure for Rome, to which he ought to have been putting all his energies. Although he should have visited the Illyrian armies as soon as possible and have been the first to cultivate their acquaintance, instead he gave them no news of events and hoped that if they did find out, the soldiers on that frontier would be in agreement with the wishes of the Romans and the settlements of the armies of the East. And that's the end of section 8. I'm going to start again with section 9 in the next stream.